Hello guys, what is up? It is Finn here bringing you guys some more NHL 19 Be a Pro with our goalie Dorsal Finn, and I think we still have a chance to make the playoffs, but I might be wrong. It's going to be close. So, if I'm looking at the standings correctly, before we do, let's see if we can hit 200 likes this episode. Excuse me, sorry, just drank a lot of water. Please. Go ahead, hit that like button, share that love and support, and don't forget to subscribe and help us get closer to 100K before, you know what? I'm changing it. Let's see if we can get 100K before the end of the summer, because I think we can get it before the end of the year. I'm pushing that goal to the end of the summer. So let's see if we can, let's go for end of the summer. I think, or I should say pulling the goal. Because it's coming closer, we're pulling it close. Anyway, yeah, let's go with that. But yeah, so go ahead, like the video, and be sure to subscribe as well. So, taking a look at the team stats, going to the standings here. So this is what we got. 4 teams already made it in our division. Unfortunately, we lost the last game, which gave Columbus the playoff spot. However, in the Atlantic, Buffalo's got a wild card, but they only got 92 points. So if they lose or get an overtime loss, I'm not sure what happens. So I'm a little confused if we have a chance or not. I think we do. If we win and they lose, I think we go through. But if they win and we win, then we're done. So I'm pretty sure we do still have a chance if I know this correctly. So, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we can. It's going to be tough. But looks like the overtime losses are really what is helping us out. But yeah, we didn't have a very good year, but actually I think we did a little bit better than I thought we would do, considering the roster's not that great. Yes, we have McDavid, but we don't have any like first line forwards except for McDavid. This Bobkov is a second line. We probably only have 2 second line guys. This guy's still a third according to his role, and so is this guy. So we got 1 second line guy and 1 first liner. The defense isn't too bad. I mean, it could be a little stronger up here, but I don't know. And then the goalies, Earl's not, well, he didn't have the best year, but overall wise, he's not a bad backup. And I had a great year. I don't know if I'll win Vezina, but it would be nice. But as Born Bros, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the Dorsal family. But we'll see what happens. And I am having an awesome day, Smashville Legend. Thank you for asking. So yeah, let's go ahead and play the next game, see what occurs for us. We are going to play a full game since this is the last game of the season. I'm not going to just play the third. And yeah, I hope we win this one because I definitely want to. And we need to do well. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, this is the first season with the Caps. This is our first season. So next season will be our last. And then it will be an on the move episode. So whether we get traded or whatever. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, even if we win, we might be out. I don't know. But it looks like we do have a chance. Because I know the 2 wild cards are between 2 divisions. So, and it would be the Atlantic and the Metropolitan here. So, we'll see what happens. I know that the Devils aren't doing too good. So, Blues or Stars? I'm going to say Blues. I say it ends in 6 or 7, the series. What's it at? 2-1 now? St. Louis, right? I actually think the Avalanche could have a chance against San Jose. Because I was thinking about picking Avalanche for my bracket. Honestly, nothing will surprise me anymore with these playoffs. Like, no matter what team advances, no matter what team wins the cup, I'm not going to be surprised. It's just been such a wacky playoff. It's like every underdog team made it. Every single one. Except for, I think most people had the Bruins to beat the Leafs. So that's probably the only one that didn't go. But Vegas and San Jose, I think, might have been kind of split. I was picking Vegas, but San Jose ended up winning. And it was in a game. Actually, Vegas should have won, but they got that dumb penalty at the end. However you want to look at that. Whether it was or wasn't. I don't think I think it was a bad call, but that's just my opinion. That's just what I think. But who knows? Also, if you guys want to see the videos live, like this one, before it hits YouTube, make sure to follow us on Twitch. The link is down below. Alright. 2-2 after last night? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's kind of, you can go with either one. I really don't think if you said 1, you would get a lot of crap for it. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I kind of have a feeling it could be the Stars. Can you imagine if the Stars are in the Cup? Jeez. I kind of would like to see the Stars make it just after their owner talked so much trash on Sagan and Ben. You know what I mean? I think it was the owner, right, that said that? That would be pretty funny to see them win the Cup. That would be a big, like, middle finger to the owner. You know what I mean? And what's going on, Lucas? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. Hope you're having an awesome day. Okay, that works. I don't know if I got credit for a save there, but I'll take it. All right. Is this the last year of your contract? No, we got one more year after this. One more. They're 7-3-0 in their last 10. They're not doing bad. I didn't like that too much. Oh yeah, that's Lindell. How about his flopping the other night? Oh my gosh. See, that should be a fine. That was so bad. They really need to start cracking down on the flops and all that. It's just they're getting out of hand. I don't know if he got called for anything there. I wasn't watching the game, but I saw a video on Twitter of it, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Same with Marchand. I cannot believe how much he gets away with. I don't know what a player would hate more, a suspension or a fine. Because the fines aren't really that much when you compare them to what they're making. It's like pocket change, you know what I mean? I don't know, though. Marchand is such a dirty guy. It's really just him on the Bruins that I can think of. Like, I don't dislike the Bruins. I just dislike Marchand. He's a great, talented player, don't get me wrong, but he's just dirty, and he's not smart. And what he does is so uncalled for. It's not like the guy deserves it, you know what I mean? So if you're going to do it to someone, at least do it to someone that deserves it. That did something, you know, dirty as well. Don't be dirty just to be dirty. Suspensions hurts the whole team, though. I don't care about all that. I don't care about... If a guy does something stupid, he deserves to be suspended. I don't care how talented he is. If you suspended Giroux because he slew-foot a guy, I'd be mad at Giroux, not the league. I don't care if we're in the Stanley Cup. You know what I mean? And I'm a Flyers fan, by the way. That's why I'm saying Giroux. Like, if he slew-foot a guy and you suspended him for the rest of the Cup, that's his fault, not the league's. You know what I mean? Don't be stupid. You got to know where your team's at and what you can do and what not to do. You know? Like, I remember I got a lot of crap because I missed the call when I refed. There was basically interference by two guys. One guy interfered with one, and then the guy retaliated and interfered back. So I called the guy that retaliated because I didn't see the initial interference. And that guy gave me a lot of lip, and I ended up kicking him out of the game because he wouldn't stop. I didn't see the first call. You know, I didn't see it. And there was another ref too, he didn't either, so it's not just my fault. So, I mean, yes, I did miss it. I do take blame for it. But, I mean, we're both at fault because we both should have seen it, you know? The other one I don't think called either. At least I called one of them, but, you know, I didn't see it. I didn't know there was an initial one. I didn't think, you know, when they were coming at me, I was like, whoa, 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 I didn't see the first one, you know what I mean? Don't matter, don't retaliate. You know what I mean? That's why retaliating can hurt. That's why you shouldn't be doing something stupid like that. You got to know, like Lindell, if he was to get suspended or fined for those flops, you know what I mean? It's like, let the guy cross-check you and hope it gets called, or do it back. Or, well, you know what? I mean, I wouldn't do it back, actually, because then you could get put in my situation, you know, and get called for yours because the ref never saw the other one. That's the thing, like, refs aren't always looking. Look at Marchand. He does it when the refs don't look. Second guy always gets caught. Exactly. Reffing is severely harder than it looks. Trust me, when I reffed, I got so much lip. I did miss calls, don't get me wrong. But then again, there's also only 2 refs in the league that I used to ref, not 4. You know what I mean? So it was a lot harder. But it was like, I got trash talked, I got cursed, I got threatened. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know they're not going to beat you up in the parking lot. You know, it's just adrenaline kicking in. But it's like, I mean, I'm glad I don't ref that league anymore, because it was just, I couldn't believe how seriously they took it. Like, it was cool they kept stats, they had a trophy. It wasn't like, it wasn't like a, there we go, finally we scored. Kind of a gimme there, but I'll take it. But anyway, it wasn't like, I don't want to say it was a rec league, but well, it kind of was. But it was like, they kept stats, they had a website. It was cool. Like, I like that they did stuff like that, you know, it's really neat. But they just still, like, you would have thought they were getting paid, you know what I mean? Like, this was their job, you know what I mean? It kind of a beer league, yeah. But it was like 18 and up. So there were like 50-year-olds. There were people my age, maybe younger. I mean, it was just like... And this was the summer league that it got really out of hand. And the summer league's like not as serious. It's like different teams. They just do a random draft. Because the teams in the fall and winter are the same teams. Some guys do end up moving around. I don't know if they do trades, though. But I don't think they do trades. But like... guys will want to go to another team if they can. But it's usually like the same teams with the addition of someone else. You know what I mean? It's not like a random draft every year. But in the summer league, it is like a draft. But I remember like there was this one. This was my fault. But I still couldn't believe what happened. So there was a very like confusing penalty that occurred. And a guy came out of the box. Or came out because the penalty ended. And I blew the whistle and said too many men. And the other team that I called it on got furious. The captain actually came out and got in my face and like was like running his mouth. Like he couldn't even get the words out. He was like, "Ooh." And I'm like, hold on a second, you know? And I'm like, what's going on? And then the timekeeper was like, that's my bad. Because, I mean, I was a little confused. Like, I'm like, wait a minute. So apparently there was like 2 penalties and I did not know. I was never informed about it. So, it was a whole miscommunication between the refs and the timekeeper. So, I blew the whistle early. It was whatever, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I missed a goal call, you know what I mean? I don't think they were in like a great situation. They were in the zone, but it's not like they were close to scoring a goal. But it was like, you know, a mistake occurred, you know what I mean? Like, calm down. And for the captain and one of the heads of the league to come out of the bench and, like, run his mouth at me, I just found that completely unprofessional. In a basically beer league, pretty much. But I'm glad I don't ref there anymore. It was just... It was not a fun league. It really wasn't. Oh, that was bad. Oh, I didn't know it was going to be that bad of a pass. I didn't know what else to do with it. I should have just shot it in the corner, you know what I mean? Thanks for the bits back, Latrons, appreciate it. When did I ref? I started refing my freshman year of college, and then last summer was the last year I did it. Yeah, it was alright. I didn't look forward to it, but it was good extra money. It was just like, I didn't enjoy it. It was just not fun. And it was just taken too seriously. You know what I mean? Like, if it was the NHL, alright, I'll take getting yelled at. But in a men's league, where guys are just paying, like, a little fee to play, well, I don't know about little. I don't know how much it costs. It might have been, like, $100, something like that. But still, it's like, they just take it too seriously. Some guys are like, calm down. Who cares? You know what I mean? It's a summer league. Chill. It's just like, I'm glad some guys there don't care. But the funny thing is, like, there was one guy that used to run his mouth all the time. And then he started reffing and realized how hard it is. And that's what I love. Like, in the summer league, we would let someone who played, and if they'd run their mouth, we'd let them ref and see how they like it. And then they'd be like, man, this is harder than it looked. I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm getting yelled at all the time for it. Because the thing is, you're making one team happy, but not the other. And the other thing that sucks is how many closed goal calls you have. Like, it's hard to make like, there are times, like, it apparently went in, but I didn't see it, and we had to overturn it. Or, like, I'd call a goal, but it didn't. It's like, it sucks. It's the worst to reverse a call. So, yeah, I hated it. And it was like it happened to this one team like 2 summers in a row, I think, where we had to overturn it, and it's like the worst. But it's like we don't have instant replay. We can't really see. And even though you're on the line, you know, you can't, it's still hard to tell if it crossed the line or not. You know what I mean? When there's so many people in front of the net, you can't, it's hard to tell. You have to like, you'd have to see it through a camera or something. But yeah, it was not a lot of fun. And it was just like taken so seriously, not just like that people would actually fight and get mad at each other. Like this one guy slashed the other dude, like blatant slash. Like I'm talking like that, not in the head, but it was like in the leg, and I was like, oh my gosh. These guys have like anger issues. This one guy was like saying F you to this woman in the stands that was the wife of some other player. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. This is pathetic. Like how serious they take this. You know what I mean? It's just like, I just can't believe it. And I remember, I'll never forget, there was this one play that happened. I'm trying to remember the whole thing. Some guy apparently got high-sticked or something. I didn't see it happen. And he comes over to me while the play is going on. And it's like, I could have lost my eye. He high-sticked me in my eye. I could have lost it. And I should have said to him, wear a shield. You know, it's like, I don't know. I think it was a follow-through. Because I think it was like a breakaway, kind of. And the guy tried to do something on the goalie. Like, he went like this. He did like the jump move, I think. And when he did it, I think it caught the guy in the eye. So I think, I've never had to make a call like that. So I think it could kind of be a follow-through. But apparently the guy was kind of close. Like, it was kind of careless with his stick. But anyway. So he comes over to me and he's complaining. I'm like, let's go. Get back in the play. Let's go. And then he finally stops. Later on that game, some guy falls on the ground, right? And his helmet comes off. And, you know, guys are digging the puck by where his head is. So, or the ball, because it was street hockey. So I blew my whistle. And they're like, why'd the whistle stop? And they're all like complaining about me blowing the whistle. And I said this, and this was the exact words out of my mouth. You guys want to bitch about safety. I'm going to blow the whistle when a guy loses his helmet. And no one said a word the entire rest of the game. And it's like, don't be a hypocrite if you're going to yell about all this safety stuff. A guy loses his helmet, I don't care what's in the rules or not. If I see guys are digging by his head with the stick, oh, that was close. I'm blowing my whistle. I care more about the damn safety of this guy and this guy losing his eye than what's in the rule book that I'm supposed to let a play finish out until he can pick his helmet back up. You know, it's one thing if he lost his helmet standing up. Okay, I'll let it continue. But the dude was on the ground and the ball was by his head and guys were trying to get it. I don't want that guy getting, you know, slashed in the head. Because the thing with your head is that when you get cut in the head, your head bleeds a lot. And I know because I was playing with my dog one time and he bit me. Not hard, like it didn't hurt in the head. And I put my hand here and it was just covered in blood. So like your head really does bleed a lot. So I mean, that's just, I care more about safety than what the actual ruling is. And I told the commissioner that. I was like, I didn't want this guy getting hurt. He had his helmet off and he was on the ground. You know, I'm pretty sure I told him about it, like why I made the call. But another thing I would do is I always called cross-checks. I don't care how hard it was. I hated them. They're dirty. They're unnecessary. I don't care how hard you do it. You're getting called. Because I remember this one guy. This was the guy I actually threw out a while ago. It was a post whistle, and he started cross-checking a guy. It was like after the whistle. I think it was by the net. He might have said something. I don't know. But he cross-checked him. So I called him. I said, that's it. 2 for cross-checking. And he's like, gets in my face yelling at me. And he's like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, no, I'm not. In the box. Let's go. And it was like, I just couldn't stand this guy. Like, I didn't call him because I didn't like him. I called it because I don't like cross-checks. They're dangerous and unnecessary. So, It's one thing to push a guy, do that. Don't cross-check him. You know what I mean? So, if he cross-checks you and you do it back, alright, both of you go. But anyway, so later on that game, and I still don't know why I didn't give him another penalty. I just was like, whatever, I'm going to get over it. But it was the beginning of the next period, and he said to me, hey ref, I'm letting you know right now, if you yell at me like that again, we're going to have problems. And I turned around like this. I was like, laughing, and I was like, do you want another two? And he was like, I'm just letting you know, if you yell at me like that again, we're going to have problems. So I just turned around, I'm like, and I guess I'm gonna kind of being a hypocrite here as to what I said earlier about, like, me, you know, not wanting to screw the whole team over, but I was like, Finn, he's just talking trash. You know, if he keeps going, then give him one, but don't screw his team over for him being an idiot right now, verbally. So it was like, whatever. But, if you didn't blow the whistle and he got hurt, that would have yelled at you for not blowing the whistle. Probably, yeah, but it's like, I cared about safety, you know. That was the thing with that league. You couldn't please both teams. And I remember, like, there was this one guy. He was a really nice guy off the rink, but very hard-nosed on the rink. And I kind of respect that, but at the same time, it was highly unnecessary. But I remember there was this one guy on the other team who was a big agitator. He was a little guy, a little buff. He had some muscle, but he was little. And he chirped. He was a chirper. Hockey's got them. You know what I mean? Whatever. So he did something in a previous game, and the friend who was on another team of the guy that he did something to literally annihilated him into the boards. And he said to him, I didn't hear it, but the other team did. He said, that's for Robbie, who was the guy that, you know, apparently this guy did something to. And the guy was down now. Like, he was hurt. I don't know if I think it was his head, his leg. They had to call an ambulance. So, this dude, you know, I think a scrum kind of happened, but I don't think punches were thrown or anything. So, I didn't know what to call, because I was kind of like, I put my hand up, because I was going to call something. I was probably going to call roughing. But I don't remember at the time what I called, but I think, or what I was going to call, but I think I was going to call roughing or boarding. But anyway, so he goes to the bench, or no, so anyway, the scrum, I don't know why I said that. So this whole scrum breaks out, and then I believed, and then, you know, we break it up, whatever. Because then we realize this guy's hurt. So anyway, you know, I talked to this guy, and he's like, Finn, you know, you know, it's hockey. I'm like, yeah, I know it's hockey. But, because this guy was a really cool guy when you talked to him, the guy that obliterated this guy. I was like, I know it's hockey, but this is a men's league. This isn't the NHL, you know. If this is the NHL, okay. You know, maybe there's a time and place for that. But this is a men's league, okay? And then I pulled the captains together later on, and I said, I don't want this to happen again. I don't want any payback going to this guy. Because we let him play. I think we gave him 2 minutes. We probably should have gotten a 5, but everything was fine the rest of the game. There was no scrums, no fights, nothing. Everything was fine. I told the captains, I don't want any payback. I don't want this to happen again. Okay? I don't want this guy to have a target on his back. You know what I mean? Just let this go. And that was it. And the guy actually went over to the ambulance after the dude that got hurt went over. You know, they put him in. The guy that hit him went over to the ambulance to apologize, and I thought that was, you know, pretty classy of him, because he is a nice guy. It's just, when he plays, he's very hard-nosed, and he kind of tries to, like, with me, if I'd call him on something, he would try and sell it, you know, like, be like, hey, man, that's not the right call, and I'd be like, no, it is. You know it is. Come on, go away. So, it was like, I remember the first time I was there, I wasn't reffing, I was going to ref a later game, and there was 2 other guys reffing instead. And, the guy got hit. The dude that I'm talking about, he got hit, and he, like, threw his stick towards the ref. I don't think he meant to hit the ref, but he threw it because he was mad about the hit. And then he called the guy that got hit for the penalty, and then he started complaining to the ref, and then after the game, he was like, hey, man, I'm sorry. And I let that get, you know, the best of me. And I thought that was kind of funny because it's like he got mad and then he came back and apologized. But that's just the way some of these guys are. It's really weird. I never understood how they could be such an ass on the rink and then so nice off of it. It's like they're like bipolar almost. But yeah, it was kind of funny though at the same time. But hey, we got ourselves a shutout. Not bad. I'm not going to complain. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if we made the playoffs. I am going to be right back because I just want to grab a thumbnail and give me 1 second. All right, guys. It's time for the moment of truth. I'm looking at the Sabres, and we have made it. We are going to the playoffs. Literally by, oh my gosh, not even just a tie. Wow. So they went 41-30-11, and we went 42-31-9. Wow. Awesome. That is spectacular. Well, guys, we will be going to the playoffs, which is awesome. So, yeah, next episode we'll be playing some playoffs, and hopefully we do not do awful like we did last year. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.